Hello students. Today we will start with the chemical equation. Chemical equation. Yesterday we talked about chemical formulas, and chemical formulas are very much needed for writing the chemical equations. So first we will understand what is a chemical reaction, and then we will study about chemical equation. See, suppose we are talking that barium chloride reacts with sodium sulfate to form barium sulfate and sodium chloride. This is called the word equation. We are saying all these things in words, like barium chloride reacts with sodium sulfate to form barium sulfate and sodium chloride. And when this word equation or this chemical reaction, it is written in the form of this, having symbolic representation with their physical state and in the form of reactants, arrow, products. The substance which combine together or which are written before arrows, they are called reactants. BaCl2 aqueous means physical state of barium chloride. When solid barium chloride it is dissolved in water, it forms an aqueous solution of barium chloride. This aqueous solution of barium chloride, it will react plus it will react with aqueous solution of sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. Arrow is showing that these two reactants are combining together. The substances which are written before the arrows, they are called reactants. These two substances are reacting here. After reaction, they are producing BaSO4 solid, barium sulfate solid. Downward arrow is showing that it is precipitating out. It means barium sulfate is obtained in solid state plus NaCl, aqueous. Sodium chloride, it is found in aqueous state after the reaction of BaCl2 and Na2SO4. So first thing for writing the chemical equation is symbolic representation of reactants and products. They are written in their symbols. Then their physical state is also written. And the last point is the number of atoms of each and every element in the reactants. It should be equal to the that present in the products. Like one atom of barium is here, one atom of barium is also here, two atoms of chlorine are here. It means we'll write 2 here. To balance this chemical equation, we have to write 2 here. Okay, 2 atoms of Na, now 2 atoms of Na, SO4. Now this is a complete balanced chemical equation. So chemical reaction, it is written in a word form, and when that worded equation, it is written symbolically with physical states and equal number of atoms, then it is called chemical equation. Here are the few examples of chemical equation, like one reactant and two or three products. One reactant is there, that is lead nitrate, PbNO3 whole twice. When this PbNO3 whole twice, it is heated, it forms PbO, which is yellow in color, 4NO2, reddish brown nitrogen dioxide gas, and oxygen gas, which is colorless. Here, calcium carbonate, it is heated, and when it is heated, it will form CaO, calcium oxide, and carbon dioxide. Here, one reactant and two or three products. Now, the next one is two reactants and one product. Two reactants and one product. Here we can give the example of hydrogen and oxygen also. Like H2, it will react with O2 to form water. We'll obtain water. Okay. And two reactants and two products. Two reactants are here. Whenever any metal it is added to dilute acids, it forms salt and hydrogen gas is evolved out. So what informations we are getting from chemical equation? The first one is the chemical nature of reactants and products. Secondly, the direction of the reaction, whether the reaction is irreversible. Irreversible means the products will not combine together to form reactants again. And if the reaction is reversible, means the products which are formed after the reaction, they will again combine to form reactants. So the products will be formed, which will be formed, they will again combine and they will form reactants again. And thirdly, the state of matter, the physical state of matter, solid, aqueous, gas, whatever it is. Now what are the limitations? See, we are getting three things. The first one is chemical nature, direction we are obtaining, chemical formulas we are getting, state of matter we are getting from the chemical equation. But what are the limitations? See, it will not tell the concentration of reactants and products. What is the concentration? Second, whether the reaction is fast or slow. This will not get from the chemical equation only. Thirdly, change in color. Just by writing chemical equation, we cannot identify whether any color change is taking place or not. Then completion of the reaction. Just by writing this equation, we cannot judge whether the reaction has been completed or not. Means these things can be seen by doing the reactions. And lastly, changes in evolution of heat or sound. Just by writing chemical equation, we cannot identify whether any change in sound is taking place, or whether there is any evolution of light or not. So these are the informations which are given by chemical equation, and these are the limitation. So today we read about chemical equation. What is a chemical equation, chemical reaction, and the examples of chemical equation. Thank you, students.